Hey friends, Dr. Motley here of drmotley.com, and I wanted to talk to you today about the roots of depression. And why? Because in the office, in the last few weeks, I've had many patients come in, they're doing well, they're progressing, and they say, Doc, all of a sudden, I've had depressive thoughts come up. I've had these feelings of depression that's overwhelming without explanation. And I had to tell them that there could be emotional triggers, which we'll talk about at a later post, emotional triggers that can create biochemical reactions that have been stored in layers. You remember, you can compound layers upon layers of trauma, and depression can be in one of those layers. But there is an explanation behind it. Many people have been told, hey, it's all in your head. Oh, just walk it off. It's just thinking wrong. Just change the way you think. Have you heard that? Well, I want you to know it's not that simple, because biochemistry reactions determine depression expression. So in our bodies, we have genes that code for how we handle depression. These genes are known as MTHFR, which I may do a course or something about because many people ask me about that. MAO-A and MAO-B. Now a gene is basically an enzyme, and your body works all day breaking down, recycling, restoring proper neurotransmitter and hormone balance. That's how you keep balanced. Your genes have to have a proper signals to give to the actual hormone and neurotransmitter to be broken down properly. Does that make sense? Now, if you ever have a gene mutation in that gene or that enzyme, because the enzyme is the gene and it helps break down the biochemical, if you have a mutation in the gene, you won't break down the biochemical properly, such as serotonin or dopamine. So you have this layer stored in your body, you have this gene stored in your body, and it's got a mutation. And so it does not tell your body to break down the serotonin and dopamine properly. And if you don't, dopamine or serotonin in their own way can be backed up in the body. And if you get backed up, those things can cause such events as depression, anxiety, ADHD, ADD, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. That's the explanation. So when I have a patient that comes in with this, I tell them that the gene mutation is expressing itself. And what happens as we get older is we don't have enough nutrients in our bodies, or as we're developing, as we're getting better, we may require more nutrients. Why? Because a mutated gene cannot be changed. The gene code cannot be changed, but your expression can. Now, if the mutated gene keeps producing this recycling of this imbalanced cycle of not breaking down the hormones or neurotransmitters properly, what does your body need to help it along to do it? Nutrients like proteins, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. So with patients, I will have them at some point get like a testing. I'm going behind the camera, but you don't have to look at all this, guys, but there is testing you can go from certain labs like Genova Labs, or you can go to My Happy Genes, which I recommend, myhappygenes.com, because if you find out some of the nutrients you're lacking, I run these tests on patients and they'll find out what nutrients they need. Then you correspond it with the gene test, which you can't see on camera, but I'll tell you this is what we run. And so when you run a gene test, you'll find the specific genes you have a mutation in. And the cool thing is about these gene testing is they'll actually go back in the report and tell you what nutrients could help you with the expression of the mutated gene to have proper balance in the brain. Isn't that cool? You find out what gene is defected, and then you also say, what are the nutrients I'm deficient in? And then you correlate it. So I want you to know the roots of depression can be explained. If you have this, guys, and I feel for you, you have to find out if you have a defect in MTHFR, MAO-A, and MAO-B. I know it doesn't seem very simple, but if you can find a practitioner that can run these tests and work with you holistically, maybe find someone that does some kinesiology or biofeedback, you can actually correlate and not take a ton of supplements, but find the specific ones that'll help your body do what? Help those enzymes, help those genes turn on and break down those depressive neurotransmitters, hormones, biochemicals. Guys, this was a lot today, but I want you to know that if you have these layers come up, it just shows that there may be a few mutations in your genes, and you know what? You can be helped. I hope you have a great day. I love y'all. See ya.